Starting video. Okay.
There we go. All right. So, hi everybody, it's Michelle, the health coach here, and I have Darcy with me, and we are going to show you how to make a healthy dinner. So this might be around 30-40 minutes, but I'm hoping, I'm hoping we can wrap that up in about 40 minutes and show you how easy it is to make something healthy. So I've kind of made part of it, but Darcy wanted to know, and Darcy you're more than welcome to come and say hi to everybody. Say hi, you can
Hello
speak.
everyone! Welcome into Michelle's dazzling kitchen.
Thank you. So Darcy, this actually was Darcy's idea, because she wants to learn how to cook easy, healthy things that don't really seem like they're health food. So I'm going to make some artichokes in the
Dishwasher?
in the Instant Pot, and I am going to do some shrimp pasta, but it's not real, it's low carb pasta, and it's going to be so delicious.
I'm very excited.
So, okay, so Darcy, even though you were married to an Italian for 20 years, never figured out how to make an artichoke, huh?
No, never once. Never once did we
Wow.
entertain with artichokes, but I've heard that they have so many health benefits, and you've told me that they're amazing.
They
So
have
where
all
did
kinds
you
of.
buy those artichokes, Michelle?
So I bought them at Trader Joe's, and they're not the big giant ones that you can get at Costco or other stores. But what I liked about these, it comes 4 that are about this size, and all 4 of them fit right in my 6-quart Instant Pot. So I've already prepared 3 of them, and I'm going to show you how to do the one. And for my next trick,
So I got a question. I know that you like this size because it fits in your Instant Pot appropriately. Oh, I love how you're cutting off the ends.
yes.
But Michelle, if it was a bigger artichoke, would it be better and more nutritious? Does size matter regarding that?
Size doesn't matter in the nutrition now.
I like that.
But you just put less in your pot,
Okay.
which works.
Okay.
The bigger ones take longer.
Okay.
So what you do is, so I cut off the top, and I cut off the stem, and I take these few leaves off, the first layer or 2 of leaves. I snap them off, and then I clean it up with a little knife and get that fibrous stuff off, because when you eat it, it'll be like eating weeds.
So you're not after the purple stuff. What's the fiber?
Well, the purple is just the color in the leaves. So just that hard part, that if you were to leave it, like when you go to peel off the leaf and eat it, it's going to be like eating a tree. So
Nobody likes to have tree in their diet, even if it is nutritious.
So then I also take the scissors and I cut off those spiky tops,
Why do you do that?
because they're spiky and it hurts when you handle them.
Okay.
It also looks better.
Presentation is important.
Presentation. And then I give it a little rinse. And I put lemon juice on it right away, because I spread out the leaves too, because they get brown right away. So the other ones that I did earlier, I put the lemon juice and they look nice and green still, don't they? Want to take a look?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Now, if they were to brown, say I was a little slow to put my lemon juice on my cut artichoke, and they were to brown, does that take away from the nutrition or the taste?
It might make them a little bitter.
Ah,
And not really so much. It's more of an aesthetic thing you want.
now how much water are you putting in your
About a cup. I just take, I want purified water, so I put about a cup in there. And then I want to put some garlic. So I like to use my garlic press.
Ooh.
And I've got garlic somewhere. I took it out earlier, but
Garlic's very good for the immune system, right?
It is.
And you have a hashtag.
Nissa, make immune system strong again.
And is garlic a good part of helping make people's immune system strong?
Yeah, some people eat a clove of garlic or two every day because it's that's how helpful it is, but you get bad breath from it. Oh, actually, I don't even have to peel them with this press. So I usually do like maybe 1 clove of garlic for each one.
Oh, for each one.
Yeah,
And
I like it garlicky.
You put it just right on top of the center?
Yeah, well, I'll kind of spread it around in a minute. Yeah, I love this Xylus press. I probably have had it for 25 years. And you can put a whole clove of garlic in it. You don't have to peel it or anything, and it just all squeezes out.
Garlicky. Yum, yum, yum.
So getting back to the garlic and eating it for immune function, I used to, that was big, so I spread 1 over 2. I would ferment garlic, and then the fermentation process mellows it out so it doesn't give you the bad breath like when you just eat a straight clove of garlic. So several years ago, it was probably about 8 years ago, somebody told me about Dr. Schultz, and he has these different products, and I did a liver cleanse. And so every day you have to do like fresh squeezed juice, and I think I used oranges, and then olive oil and a clove of garlic. The first day you have 1 clove of garlic. The next morning you have 2 cloves of garlic. The third morning you have 3. The fourth morning 4, and then the 5th morning you do it for 5 days. 5 cloves of garlic. Oh my God, I was stunk like it was so bad.
And on the 6th day, you have absolutely no
Sixth,
friends.
You don't have any friends.
So I see you put some salt.
Yes.
Tell me about what salt is in that shaker.
So this is just some pink Himalayan salt, coarse salt, which I'm almost out. So I'm going to put some of that, and then I'm going to do some pepper.
So your salt and pepper and the
Salt,
taste,
pepper.
or just kind of.
Well, it's just more look. And then I'm going to put some olive oil.
How much?
I
A
don't
person
know.
like me
Italian-
who's scared to cook. What do you just dab a little do it,
Just
or
a drizzle.
a drizzle? Ooh.
And because these are small and it's kind of low in the pot, that's why I'm picking it up. So just a little drizzle. This is organic Tunisian olive oil
I see from Trader Joe's.
from Trader Joe's.
Michelle is very fussy, as everybody knows out there in TV land or FaceTime Live land. She only buys the best.
Well, and I'm from California, and once you start Trader Joe's, you can't.
But you had shared in a health class, I took an 8-week class from Michelle with others. It was exceptional. And that's where I learned about, you had suggested buying smaller quantities of the olive oil because it will go rancid.
Correct.
And I did not know that.
Oh, here. Let's do have a little olive oil. Alrighty. So, does it smell like olives to you?
Yeah.
And it has a clean smell?
Yes.
So, I always smell my olive oil if it's been sitting around. So it should smell clean, and if it's gone rancid, it has usually like a musty flavor or smell to it, or dusty. If it smells off, then it's not good. Okay, so I'm putting this in my Instant Pot. I'm plugging it in, and in California, the small ones used to take like 10 minutes, but here at the higher altitude, I do it more like 12 or 13, and the big ones used to take 15 minutes in California at sea level, but they take like 20 minutes here. So I'm going to.
And we're at like 4,200, right? Aren't we?
Yeah, about 4,200. So I'm going to do these because they're fairly small. I'm going to do manual. I'm going to do it for 12 minutes. And we'll let it go. Okay, so now we'll move on to the shrimp pasta part, and I partly cooked it. So you had the palmini noodles.
I love them.
Do you love them?
I just bought some additional ones yesterday at Sprouts, and I learned about them again from you. I find them amazing because I can have I can have spaghetti sauce on top of what I think is pasta, and it doesn't make me tired after. And this is again, Michelle, information that comes from her classes. I did listen. I may not be stealth and slender yet, but I did listen.
You're working on it.
Yeah, and I don't go to Marie Callender's as often as I used to.
Yeah, and you know a lot.
Yeah, I know a lot about their pies too.
So I was thinking that maybe we would do the other kind of noodles, since you've had the palmini a couple times, and we would do the Levita noodles.
Show them what the palmini looks like. Because I think that it's absolutely amazing to be able to have what you think is a hearty Italian meal, and you feel absolutely fantastic after, instead of where's the couch or it's time for bed. Now Michelle's in her large pantry right now, bringing out the noodles.
Okay, so fettuccine. Okay.
She's got lots of variety.
I have variety. It's so I have 1 can of palmini left. So if we were doing this, 1 can would be enough for the both of us with the shrimp. But since you've never tried the Levita, I think we'll do that instead. Wow. So there's the spaghetti version and there's the fettuccine. Do you like the finer, more like
I do.
here?
In fact, I bought yesterday at Sprouts the palmini, but it came in a package like this, and it was their angel
Oh, they have
hair
an angel
version. There.
I did not know that.
Yes.
All right.
So should I set this aside?
Yes, you can. Fana. Okay, so we're going to do the spaghetti version. Do you want to see if they can see that?
Yes.
People out there? All right, I need my little strainer thingy.
Well, I think Michelle. This is wonderful, Michelle, because I know that I will choose other options or go out to eat because I get intimidated in the kitchen, and you are a master chef. And you're not only a master chef, but you're cooking healthy, so I'm going to take it away.
Well, that's a nice compliment.
Okay.
So with these, for a main course, 1 pack per person. Okay. So I'm going to undo, and it 2 come.
Now what the heck is it?
Oh, that's an excellent question. It is konjac flour, which is, what do they call it? It's resistant starch, and it's oat fiber, which your body doesn't absorb it. It just goes right through. So I think it has like here's the bag. It has 4 grams of carbs for half of a package, so like 8 carbs. But the dietary fiber is 3 grams, so most of it's going through. So it's water, organic konjac flour, oat fiber, and citric acid.
But the bottom line, it's not going to hit your blood sugar.
Correct. So, all right. So what I do is I just rinse them because they're in some like funky brine. And I just rinse them off.
You want me to bring the camera over? Or
You can.
Okay, let's get this camera over here. Michelle has just rinsed these.
So that's what they look like. Okay, and then my pot is getting up to steam here. So I am going to, why don't you bring it about around here, and I'm going to cut up some garlic. That's going to go in my tomatoes. I've already cleaned, the shrimp came clean, but it had the tails on, so I just took the shell part off the tail. The reason why I haven't put the garlic in my tomatoes yet is because I wanted my tomatoes to cook down and I didn't want my garlic to overcook, so I'm gonna do that now.
Is there any way I can assist you in this lovely meal?
Not yet. You'll let me know. Do you ever make pasta?
Are you talking about homemade pasta?
Well, no, I mean, so you've been doing the palmini, so what kind of sauces have you been putting on it?
An organic sauce from Trader Joe's?
Oh, okay, so in a jarred sauce.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to do this tonight, but let me show you what I got at Trader Joe's that I use quite frequently. Is this kale pesto cashew
Ooh. Shall I show it
basil?
closer?
Yeah. And I like that.
Promoting Trader Joe's. You would just put this on top of the noodles.
Yeah, with some kind of a protein. I'm going to heat my pan up again.
I'll stick this back in your fridge.
Yep, thank you. So what I did was I took 16 ounces of grape tomatoes. I cut them in half. The big ones I cut in quarters. And they're sugar plum grape tomatoes and they're nice and sweet, and I cook them down to they start looking like mush. And if you don't have tomatoes in season that look decent, then I'll just use like a can of diced organic tomatoes.
So let me just ask you this. How long did it take to cook these down to mush?
Like maybe 10, 15 minutes, and you don't really have to watch them.
And so what do you put, what heat? I know you've got a
Like a medium heat.
medium
Yeah.
heat. And where did you get these? Oh, Trader Joe's.
Where else? I do a lot of shopping at Sprouts. I do a lot of shopping at Costco. You can't always find organic tomatoes at Costco. So I'm putting 2 big cloves of garlic in with my tomatoes that I've chopped up really coarsely. And I also, in the tomatoes, I probably used about 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. So there was a lot of olive oil in there, and I put salt in there. So let's get our heat back up. All right, I'm not Rachel Ray, you guys, so, all right, here goes the Instant Pot is at full pressure, so we've got 11 minutes for that. And
Will we be able to eat all of the artichoke when it's done?
you can't eat the whole leaf. You have to just scrape off the bottom part of the leaf with your teeth.
So it's kind of like eating ribs. You can't
Have
eat
you
the
ever
whole.
eaten an artichoke?
I've had artichoke dips.
Really? You've never had like it off the thing?
I think there was one time, and I know there's a lot of rules to eating artichokes. Well, there are.
Yeah.
There, like you said, you can't, like, I like to just devour. But I will observe from you what you can do. So what do? Take the leaf off and just,
Scrape it. You
Yeah.
scrape it with your teeth.
that's what you do. Okay.
Wow, you're like a artichoke virgin.
I definitely am.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this will be fun. All right. So I'm reheating my tomatoes here with the garlic. So that's going to take a couple minutes. So I have my shrimp. I have
Show the audience your.
you can show.
And where do you get your shrimp? And what do you look for, Michelle? Because I know you're very much into wild.
Yeah, unfortunately, these aren't wild. They're from Costco, but they don't have that funky ingredient that makes them, that they use to inject them and pumps them up, and it's a nasty, it's like, starts with a T. So I think they're just shrimp and salt. Trader Joe's is a good place to get wild shrimp. That's just shrimp and salt. Costco can be, when they do the roadshow seafood, they'll have the wild shrimp.
Again, you spoke about that in a health class, about shrimp.
I did.
And I had forgotten all about that. So you just don't wanna go get shrimp. You wanna make sure that it is, you wanna look at the ingredients, that's what you taught me, right? All about the ingredients.
Because they do put funky preservatives in with the shrimp. Or they inject them with things to pump them up.
Kinda like guys do at the gym. Pump me up. Or girls, they could do that too.
Okay, so my noodles, you don't have to boil. You just heat them up.
Okay.
So I think that's great because you don't spend all that time boiling noodles like regular pasta.
And you don't have to worry about cleaning the pot
The pot
with all the residue. And you wonder, if it's got that much residue in the pot, what's it doing in my belly? Not good. Not good at all.
Exactly. All right. Okay, so my tomato, I want my garlic to soften up a little bit. And then because the nature of these noodles, they don't really, you can't overcook them. So I like to put them in earlier than later and make sure they get nice and hot and coated.
Would you like the camera over here so they could observe you adding them?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera over to Michelle in the kitchen.
Can you smell it? The garlic?
It's wonderful. How about you guys out there in Facebook time?
So I took my big green pan out because if I was making it for like 4 people, I would be using that one instead. But since I'm just making enough for 2 people.
And how big is this pot, or this pan?
Oh, I don't know.
And what is this
9.
pan? Because I know that you use the best pans that are the healthiest.
I got it was a 2-pack at Costco that is that safe ceramic coating. Yeah,
Is it the
copper.
green? Is it the green pan? No,
It's not the
copper
green.
something.
It's not the green pan. It's the copper one, but it's safe. So, okay. So this is sizzling. Let me grab the pasta over here.
Again, another thing I learned from Michelle as taking a class from her is that she goes right down to the nitty gritty, down to what type of pots and pans are healthy for you. It's not just the food you're putting in your body.
No.
It's so much more. And I just thought it was a wonderful experience. Just wanted to put that in there.
Excuse me. Okay. So I'm gonna put more stuff in here. I just want to make sure it's coated. So if I was making enough for 4, I would use 2 containers of that. So this isn't like red sauce. The tomatoes are just part of it. So you might think it's a little sparse on tomatoes, but it's going to be fine. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I bought a big bag of lemons at Costco because I was making lemon bars. And so I squeezed all the lemons and I zested them, and then I used my dehydrator. So this is just dehydrated lemon zest.
Mm.
And I'm just putting a little bit in here because I don't have any fresh lemons. So I'm doing that because when you make seafood, lemony stuff is good. And then, do you like capers?
Sure.
Okay.
Are capers healthy?
They are. They're kind of like a juniper-like berry. So
When someone were to buy capers,
I need to rinse them.
what do they look for when they're buying a caper? Now I know I'll get this and
Guess where they're from?
surprise, surprise, Trader Joe's.
So I just use this little thing and just kind of drain off some of the.
I've never seen a mini strainer like that.
I have strainers of all sizes. They usually come from like Europe or, Spain or Italy or something. And they don't really need to cook, so I just kind of stick them in the end. So.
What kind of nutritional
value do they have?
That's an excellent word.
I've never looked it up. I'm sure, you know, you don't really eat that many, so I'm gonna add a little vermouth now that my pan is hot. So if I had a bottle of white wine open, I might add that, but since we're not drinking any wine tonight.
Now, Michelle, if someone who's watching this doesn't really like alcohol or they can't have it, that's going to burn off. Would you not agree?
True, and you can just leave it out, but it does give it a nice flavor. Can you smell it?
Oh, it's delicious. It smells very,
So it'll
very
kinda
good.
burn off a little bit. And what else do I want to? I'm gonna actually put it on the big burner. So I'm gonna have my capers and my shrimp. So I added the room temperature liquid, so I don't want to put my shrimp in it until it's really hot.
Okay.
So we'll let it bubble a little bit.
Now, when you prepared your shrimp, did you merely take it out of the bag and clean it?
It was already clean, so I just defrosted it and then took the tails off, the shell on the tail.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add a little lemon juice, so you can just stay right there. I've got some lemons left from the artichokes, which you don't want to put too much lemon juice or it overwhelms it. So I had like maybe less than half of that lemon was there. Okay, so it's really going now.
Are we still focusing mainly on the garlic?
The garlic should be getting there. And I'm gonna stick the shrimp on. Well, let's wait a couple minutes. I can throw the capers. You can stay there.
Again, I do apologize for any shaking of the camera. I'm holding it at an angle.
As you can see, I don't really measure stuff. I just eyeball everything.
So what do you think you got there? 50 capers?
50. Like maybe a couple tablespoons.
Okay.
I've been accused of over capering things, so I think that's probably a good amount. So gives it a little color. I don't even know if it really has much. It has a little bit of a pickly, vinegary flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really don't like capers, some people don't like capers. You can rinse them, or you can just leave them out, but I like them. Okay, so why don't we, so it's nice and hot, I'm gonna throw the shrimp in here.
Okay. Michelle has got the shrimp in her hands.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw a little bit of this Slap Your Mama seasoning.
Now, where'd you get that?
At the grocery store.
Any specific one?
I think you can pretty much get it anywhere. So these are cold, these are pretty cold still, so let's see what happens to them. I had stuck them in, our artichokes are done. So I think there's about 10 shrimp. This is my favorite seasoning for any kind of seafood.
From Walker and Sons?
And I like it better than like Tony Shasher's or.
Is it healthy? And I know that's
It just has red pepper, salt. I think it only has like 3 or 4 ingredients. So yeah, it's got salt, red pepper, black pepper, and garlic. So that's all it has.
How long does it last?
I don't know, but I probably buy 1 or 2 of those a year. So they don't sit around long enough to go bad or go stale for me. So see how the shrimp's turning color?
Yes.
Okay.
I do prefer a cooked shrimp versus
Over raw?
Yes.
Yes, we know you don't like sushi. I guess you're not going to be my sushi date.
Well, I do like the veggie rolls.
I like the raw stuff. Do we have a few people out there looking?
We do. We have Karen Koch Paulinski, as well as David Fawcett. Thank you
hi,
for
David.
being here.
Oh, Karen Poliski? Is
Yes,
that what you're trying to pronounce? Hi, Karen.
apologize for the phonetic pronunciation.
Okay, see how it's like getting opaque and
And we have others as well, but I don't see their names.
okay. All right.
Michelle, when you look at like a cost of this type of a meal, what would you say cost-wise?
Oh man, that's a good question. One package of the La Viva is about $3.50, and that's for 2 people. And this is probably about $10 worth of shrimp.
You know, because sometimes we
At
think,
least,
well, to eat
yeah.
healthy, it's going to cost more than if I were to eat out or get takeout.
Yeah, no, definitely. It depends on where you eat. Some takeout food is cheaper than what you can make at home, but you're going to pay for it at some point. Okay.
You mean in your poor health? For
In your
example,
poor
if you're
health,
addicted
yeah.
to In-N-Out, you're saving a little bit of money, but you're going to pay higher in your health.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to turn it off because it will just continue cooking and it's pretty much done. So let us see how our artichokes turned out. Gonna let up the steam. I almost feel like that shrimp was too easy to make.
I know sometimes people are afraid of the pressure cookers. Michelle, any concerns that you have? Or
Not with the Instant Pot. It is foolproof. It will not cook unless it's sealed properly, and it will not. Yeah, it's very self-explanatory. Okay.
That
And then
smells
once the button,
awesome.
It won't open until all the pressure is out, and so the button is down. Mine's kind of old. The new ones are. Hopefully, it's done.
wow, I never knew that was where that went. I do have a pressure cooker, and I didn't know that it had a holder.
Let's see. Hopefully it turned out. So last year the artichokes were so bad. Every time I made an artichoke, it never was cooked enough, no matter how long I cooked it.
Could you demonstrate? Oh, so you're doing the eating right now.
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. You want to try it? So some people like to dip their artichokes and stuff, but the way I make it with the olive oil and the lemon juice, that is plenty. So why don't you come and try it?
Okay.
So just take a leaf.
It's hot.
Hot, yeah. So you hold it at this end, and then
Wait. You're sucking this,
that part.
and you just.
Yeah, just scrape. They're hot. What do you think?
Can you eat the other end too?
No, it's too
Just
fibrous.
the end. Okay. Well, I just had some fiber.
Yep, they're super high in fiber. Here, I'll pull out the other ones.
And they're hot, and you went from this end. So if you
Yeah.
see this,
So that was 12 minutes, right?
I think so. And we're just gonna suck this.
So
You don't eat much of it.
no, but you get to eat the heart as you get towards the center. Okay, so then I like to just pour some of the juice because it's a little bit of water, olive oil, lemon juice. Here.
I want to make sure that we're getting that so that they can see. And that is actually
Yeah.
on there.
Let me stick it in a little tiny dish and then you can dip it.
What are you dipping?
The residue, the little bit, the olive oil, lemon juice, and a little bit of water. This has so many nutrients in it. Well, I always drink whatever's left over. The artichoke juice, it is just so full of minerals and vitamins.
Before we end today, I know you're really about the immune system and making sure that we're always putting our best foot forward health-wise. So do you have anything going on right now that you wanted to tell your audience about programs?
I do. I have a couple of programs on how to strengthen your immune system, and they're based on 90 days. It includes lab work, health coaching, and a 90-day supply of supplements. And I am planning on doing a video on it that has more information. But you can go to my website, michellesala.com, or you can go to gomissa.com, and that'll take you right to the landing page that describes the programs. And I do a 30-minute consultation so we can talk more about your health history and how the program can help you. And that's it. Are you ready to try the shrimp pasta?
I'm very excited to do that.
Okay.
Will we be doing that on air?
Why not? All right. Oh, you know what else I can put in it? I have my little basil plant here.
Ooh.
I'm just going to chop it up over here. Here, I'm gonna put it in a little bit of a bowl. I didn't even taste it yet, so I'm just going to.
Well, I think we should taste it together on camera.
All right. So how long did that taste? How long have we been on the air? Can you tell?
No. I can't tell.
It has to be less than a half an hour, because that was only about a half an hour. Yeah, okay. Be careful, it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna try shrimp. That was
Michelle, you should be a chef. That sauce is amazing.
And it was just garlic, olive oil, the tomatoes, and the shrimp, and that's it, and the capers. What do you think of the pasta?
I give it well, that was excellent. You do not know that it's not regular pasta. It's phenomenal. And this is a healthy meal.
It is.
And look at how much fun. So if you've got a companion, you can have fun cooking together. Make it fun. And if you don't, you can cook with your cat, like Michelle and I do sometimes.
We didn't have any Gabby visits.
No, she didn't.
Try the shrimp.
I just did. It was delicious.
You did? It's under there.
It's delicious. Did you want to sign off?
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Have a great evening, and maybe we'll do this again if people like it. Bye.
Yes.
Oh.
Please let Michelle know if you'd like to see her cook more healthy meals so that you can build your immune system.
Bye. Actually,